Hello everyone, it's Gemma here with another video for you all. We're here in Iceland, and let me tell you, this place is straight out of a freaking fairy tale. Waterfalls everywhere, volcanoes doing their volcanic thing, and enough natural beauty to make your head spin. But we're not here for the typical tourist traps, no sir. We're diving deep into the heart of Iceland's weird and wonderful side. Buckle up because some of these places are as quirky as they get. From a plane wreck chilling on a black sand beach to a museum dedicated to, well, you'll have to wait and see. This is Iceland like you've never seen it before. So grab your adventure pants, pack your sense of humor, and get ready to explore the unusual side of this incredible country. All right, first up on our Icelandic adventure is a place called Elephant Rock. And no, it's not just some random rock that vaguely resembles an elephant. This thing is the real deal. We're talking a massive basalt rock formation that rises out of the ocean, its trunk raised high like it's about to trumpet. You can practically hear it saying, "Welcome to Iceland, kids." Now, this place is not for the faint of heart. To get there, you gotta hike a bit, navigate some rocky terrain, you know, real Indiana Jones type stuff. But trust me, it's worth every scraped knee and misplaced step. Because standing there face to face with this giant stone elephant, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. It's like nature decided to get a little playful and sculpted this masterpiece just for kicks. It's the perfect spot to escape the crowds, soak in the raw beauty of Iceland, and maybe, just maybe, have a conversation with a giant stone elephant. Next up, we're heading to a place that's both eerie and strangely beautiful. The DC-3 plane wreck on Solheimasandur. Now, before you start picturing a fiery crash site, let me stop you right there. This plane went down way back in 1973, and thankfully everyone on board survived. But the plane itself? Well, it's been chilling on this black sand beach ever since, slowly being reclaimed by nature. Getting to the wreck is an adventure in itself. You gotta hike across a vast, desolate plain that looks like something out of a post-apocalyptic movie. And then, out of nowhere, this giant hunk of metal emerges from the mist, its skeletal frame a stark contrast against the black sand. It's a photographer's dream, let me tell you. The way the light hits the wreckage, the starkness of the landscape, the sheer scale of it all. It's enough to make you want to ditch your iPhone and invest in a proper camera. All right, let's switch gears for a second and talk about something a little different. We're heading to the Witchcraft Museum in Holmavik, a place that's as fascinating as it is creepy. Now, Iceland has a long and storied history of witchcraft and sorcery, dating back to medieval times. And this museum delves headfirst into all of it. We're talking grimoires filled with spells and incantations, artifacts used in magical rituals, and even a replica of a necropants, which I'll let you Google that one for yourselves. It also explores the role of folklore and superstition in Icelandic culture, and how these beliefs have shaped the country's identity over the centuries. Next up on our Icelandic adventure, we're venturing into the land of fire and brimstone, the Dimmuborgir lava fields. This place is straight out of a Tolkien novel, with its twisted lava formations, volcanic caves, and an atmosphere that's both eerie and exhilarating. Now, the name Dimmuborgir translates to dark castles, and you'll see why the moment you arrive. The lava formations here are massive, some towering over 20 feet high, and they create this labyrinth of arches, tunnels, and caves that you could easily get lost in. Legend has it that Dimmuborgir is the home of the Yule Lads, 13 mischievous trolls who come down from the mountains every Christmas season to play pranks on unsuspecting Icelanders. So keep your eyes peeled and your wits about you, because you never know what you might encounter in the Dimmuborgir lava fields. All right, after all that exploring, it's time to relax and unwind at one of Iceland's most unique attractions, the geothermal sea baths in Kapaska. Now, Iceland is known for its geothermal pools, but this one is a little different. Instead of being located in some fancy spa, these baths are right on the edge of the ocean. Imagine this, you're soaking in warm, mineral-rich water, the steam rising up around you, and right in front of you is the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. The water in the baths is a unique blend of fresh and salt water, heated by geothermal energy from deep within the earth. It's said to have all sorts of healing properties, so you can soak away your aches, pains, and maybe even that hangover from the night before. And the best part? The baths are open year-round, so you can enjoy them even when it's snowing outside. Just imagine yourself relaxing in a steaming hot pool, snowflakes falling around you, the northern lights dancing overhead. For all you nature lovers out there, this next spot is for you. We're heading to Hornstrandir Nature Reserve, a remote and rugged peninsula located in the West Fjords of Iceland. This place is about as off the beaten path as it gets, accessible only by boat or a challenging hike. But trust me, it's worth every ounce of effort. Hornstrandir is a place of raw, untamed beauty. Think towering cliffs that plunge into the sea, cascading waterfalls, lush valleys carpeted in wildflowers, and a coastline teeming with seabirds. And speaking of wildlife, Hornstrandir is a haven for all sorts of creatures. It's a birdwatcher's paradise. Just imagine yourself hiking along the cliffs, the wind in your hair, the sound of waves crashing below, and a sky filled with thousands of birds. Okay, let's be honest, you knew this one was coming. No trip to Iceland is complete without a visit to the one and only Icelandic Phallological Museum. Yes, you heard that right. This museum is dedicated to, well, penises. The museum houses the world's largest collection of phallic specimens, with over 280 penises and penile parts from over 93 different species of animals. We're talking whales, seals, polar bears, you name it. They even have a human penis on display, donated by an Icelandic man after his death. Beyond the initial shock value, the museum actually serves as a unique and surprisingly educational look at the biology and cultural significance of phalluses throughout history. All right, adventure junkies, this one's for you. How about descending into the magma chamber of a dormant volcano? No, I'm not kidding. At Thrinukagiga volcano, you can actually take an elevator down into the heart of a volcano that last erupted over 4,000 years ago. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gemma, that sounds dangerous, and you're not wrong. But trust me, it's safe. The volcano has been dormant for centuries, and the tour operators take every precaution to ensure the safety of their visitors. Once you're down there, you'll be surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors. The walls of the magma chamber are striped with vibrant reds, oranges, yellows, and greens, created by mineral deposits over thousands of years. Next up on our Icelandic adventure, we're heading to a place that's straight out of a fairy tale, Hvitsakur, the troll of northwest Iceland. Now, this isn't your typical troll hiding under a bridge. This one's a 50-foot-tall basalt rock formation that rises up out of the sea, its jagged edges resembling the claws of a giant troll reaching for the sky. Legend has it that Hvitsakur was once a real troll who was caught out in the sunlight and turned to stone. The way the waves crash against its base, the wind whistling through its crevices, it's like Hvitsakur is alive, frozen in time. Getting to Hvitsakur is half the adventure. It's located on the Fatsnes Peninsula, a remote and rugged stretch of coastline known for its dramatic scenery and abundant wildlife. Last but not least, we're ending our Icelandic adventure at a place that will take your breath away, Fjadragljuffa Canyon. Now, this canyon doesn't get as much hype as some of Iceland's other attractions, but trust me, it's a hidden gem. The canyon stretches for over a mile, its walls carved by glacial meltwater over thousands of years. The best way to experience Fjadragljuffa is to hike along the rim, taking in the panoramic views of the canyon and the surrounding landscape. As you stand there on the edge of this natural wonder, you can't help but feel a sense of awe at the power of nature. And there you have it, folks. Iceland's top 10 unusual spots that are sure to give your travel stories some edge. From troll rocks to penis museums, volcanic adventures to geothermal bliss, Iceland is a country that never ceases to amaze. Until next time, keep exploring the unusual